Hi guys, this is Ben from Approval Donkey speaking here. This is a guide or tutorial, online video tutorial for how to set up Approval Donkey and integration with Xero. So we'll get stuck in. So as you can see, I've logged in and I'm on my pending folder. I've got no pending approvals, which is good. What I'm going to do just before I start or enable the integration with Xero is just check the panels that I have set up. So I do have one set up for invoice approvals from before. I'm just going to set up another one called bill approvals, just so we have something to match everything up to. So I leave the setting for this allow approvals for other systems to yes. I'm going to turn off the automated reminders for now, and then I'm just going to have myself as the approver in the workflow at this stage. So I'm just going to save and close that one. And as you can see, I now have two panels set up, bill approvals and invoice approvals. To get to start the integration with Xero, I can either get to it from up here, the Automate by Xero icon, or by going to the settings page here. So tap on settings, and we see Automate by Xero here, and then enable button. We hit that, and we come up with, as long as you may have to fill out a form to upgrade your account to the Plus account. Once you've completed those steps, you'll come back here and you can hit the enable button again, and we get a connect to Xero icon here. We press that. After pressing that, we get a form from Xero with the appropriate, you enter your email address and password for your Xero login, so for the organization you want to join it to, and we just hit login and it'll come up with this message. So this is a test site, so we're just going to allow access for 30 minutes, but you guys, when you're doing this, you will get the live version or production. So once you've completed the integration or completed that form with Xero, you come back to the settings page where we can set up the transactions and mapping them, having them mapped to panels. So I'll start with a very simple mapping. So the transaction we want to map, we'll start with invoices, and all we want to do is have them mapped directly to the invoice approvals panel. So what happens now, and we can save that. So what happens now is for any Xero transactions or Xero invoices that you submit for approval, they'll automatically route to the invoice approvals panel, and there's no field conditions or anything like that involved in the routing of the approval. So every single one will go to the approval panel for the invoices. So what we can do here is add as many lines as we like, and we can remove them just by clicking the X here. So for the second one, we're going to add some conditions. So for bills, we're going to, for bills that are over a certain amount, so we're going to choose the total amount here. There's a field and condition. We want the number to be greater than. So for any bills over 1,000, in our case New Zealand dollars, but it's just a unit, whatever currency you use Xero in, we're going to have those mapped to the bill approvals panel, and that's it for that mapping. We can also have we can set up and conditions as well. So for example, with a invoice, for example, we could have a tracking code for any invoices with a tracking code of, let's have a look. So the line item code, okay, it text exactly matches operations, so it has to be an exact match, and we can have that route. And what we can do here is we can actually include and conditions in here. So when that line item here exactly matches operations and it is over an amount of, let's say, $1,000, number is greater than, say, 1,000, we can have it go to an invoice approval panel. So we'll take that one out and we can have that one set up there. Just save that, and then we're all ready to go. So at this stage you might not have all your panels set up, so as long as we've saved that, we can go to our panels and we can set up a new one for, let's set up one for credit notes. So credit note approvals. Okay, we want to keep that set to yes. We're not going to have a reminder, deactivate that, and we'll just have ourselves as the approver. So credit note approvals, and then I can, once that is set up, I can come back to my integration, and you'll see now that all my organization will appear here, and I just click on this and I can go to the settings. So settings will bring up the same page you're on, and then I can add a new line, and then for credit notes here I can simply map it to the credit note approval panel. Save that, and any credit notes will be automatically routed to that credit note panel. I'm free to change and to remove any panels as I see fit. So to save that, and it's all done. I can add as many lines as I want, so I can create some really complicated or really simple approval workflows. Basically, we can cater, Approval Donkey can cater for any scenario that you can think of as far as routing approval panels, and you can set up as many panels as you like with whoever you like under it. Adding members here, adding multi-steps, so it goes through the different departments and so on and so forth. So I hope this is informative, and any questions, either consult our help centre, or you can contact us directly on info@approvaldonkey.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.